Welcome back, traders, as we take you through our live futures trading session on the 9th of February 2010. We're trading crude oil, and in this session we were going for two winners and done as we normally do, and we'll show you our trade for profit strategy and how we've managed to identify an edge on this market that basically helps us to maintain a consistently profitable performance over crude oil. So having said that, not every session is a winner. So you've got to remember that with trading, we have winners and losers, and not every session for us is a winner, but certainly we have a consistently profitable edge over this market, and we're going to show you how we do that. Now, just before we jump into the live walkthrough video, I also want to take you through basically how we manage our trade. So every time we go into the market, we've got an entry, stop and target. So there's absolutely no way when we're trading crude oil that we have to make any discretionary decisions. All the information is basically at our fingertips. We've put together a very successful trade plan. We've done a lot of back testing and forward real-time trading, and that gives us really the confidence to execute our strategy in real time, and that's why we call it trade for profit. And once we've finished our session, as you'll see, our next step is to complete our trader self-assessment, ensuring that we assess our performance on a daily basis, and then we review that process. So it's a very structured approach, and it's really why we're achieving success on this market. So thank you for your time. I'll take you through the live walkthrough video now. Okay, welcome back, traders, to our trading for profit video. We're looking at crude oil today. This is trading on the 9th of February, as we mentioned in the introduction. Let's have a look at how we went for the session, and we'll take you through just basically how we trade this market on a daily basis and look at some of the things we actually look for when we're trading crude oil. So first up, we start the session at 8. So we're starting the session at 8:30 based on the news to pass, and then we're straight in looking to take our first trade. And you see here that we started to get a long cross just there below that previous swing high at 72.98. Now the issue for us was that 73 was the key level, so we passed on that due to the key level and previous swing high, so we didn't take this trade here. Now our next trade, and this is all occurring in the live trading room, the next trade we took was basically the short at 72.48, so we just adjusted below the 50 level, and remembering that when we're in the trading room, we basically have a trade plan that we use to execute, as I mentioned in the introduction, and we're looking for just to add those little things that will keep you in the market, trading for profit, and just avoid getting stopped out of trades unnecessarily. So pushing our entry down at 72.48, we did take some heat on this trade, and we know that with our edge, that if we apply our system according to the way we've tested it, we will be working our edge in this market. So our stop was there at 72.75, and you can see here price pushed down. Now for this trade, our entry is at 72.48. Our money management level was 72.34, and our full target is sitting down there at 72.26. So that's what we're going for. Now the rules are fairly simple on this strategy. If price touches our money management level, we bring our stop to break even, -1 point to cover our brokerage. If the trade hits 90% of our target, so that 90% level, then we bring our stop down to our money management. So we get very aggressive on crude because we know that it has a tendency to bounce occasionally, so we want to make sure that we lock in profit. Remember, our rule is that we're trading for profit here, so we're not looking to go 80-90% of our trade to target and then take a break-even trade. That's not how we're going to trade this market. So you see here that we push down. There's our hit. We actually hit our money management level, so our stop goes to break even. Then on the very next candle, or a couple of candles later, we pop up, and then we get that second wave down. You can see here we hit our 90% level, and we just trade on that level at 72.28. Now our rule there is basically, right, as soon as we've hit that level, we're going to bring our stop then to our money management price, which is 72.34. So that was our next course, and you can see here 72.34, we get knocked out on that candle there. So we are out of the trade there, a profit of 14 points on that first trade, and we're looking for our second. Now we're not taking any re-entry trades, we're just taking the standard trade setups, because remember that crude is a very fast moving market. You've got to be able to execute your trade. So the the less amount of work we have to do on crude oil, the better. And we know that there's good volatility here, so this is definitely one market that we want to be in trading and take advantage of. So our next long set's up there at 72.57. So for us, a long trade is any indicator that gives us a green cross. And for crude oil, you see there the long is at 72.57. We just get spiked in on that trade, and we're not really too worried about the directional on crude. So this is our directional indicator. It tells us where the primary trend is. This market moves that quickly that that really we could potentially take that directional off the chart, because it doesn't have a huge bearing on how the trades play out. So we see it push up and price comes back down. It gets support there at about 72.48, and then we get the second wave up, and we're just watching that little bit of sideways action. So between the 50 level and 65, we got a bit of consolidation, and then finally we get a bit of a push up. So at the moment we're looking for that money management level. Remember, if our money management level is hit, which it was there on that candle, then basically it's time for us to move our stop to break even. So we took our stop to break even, 72.57. We add 1 point for the spread because we're trading for profit and want to make sure we cover our expenses. And you can see here that trade pushes back and then just starts to move on up. Gets to 80% now, so we've gone from money management to 80%. Still got our stop working there at 72.57, and there's the final push nicely through 90 and then full target. So another winner there on crude. So basically that had us sitting at 2 winners for the session, and on that that second trade we took 23 points. So for the day we took a total of 37 points for the day, and let's just mark that on the chart. Thank you for your time, traders. If you'd like any more information on the trade for profit strategy, please feel free to send us an email at info@globalmarkettrader.com, and looking forward to catching you on our next update. All the best. Cheers.